Welcome to the Third and Long Podcast. Today we have Zach Biller, Grant Murphy, and in the other room, like always, we have Madden Graywall. So what game do you guys want to start with this week?
Lions, Cowboys.
Lions game? Yeah, that was a fun watch, for sure.
Not really. I mean, they got killed.
But the lineman plays.
What are you talking about? They literally had linemen playing receiver.
Yeah.
That was like
That was like after the game was over.
Yeah.
I know. It was the most petty game I've ever
Oh.
seen. They're so upset about that play last year.
I
They're like,
know.
all
We should've
our
won that
linemen
game.
are receivers now,
Should have won
actually.
that game.
Yeah.
That was BS.
It was.
I was so pissed when they called the Penei Sewell touchdown back. Like, how as a lineman are you gonna go downfield and not allow
Selfish.
your own lineman to score a touchdown?
He's just jealous that he's not the one getting the pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just.
And also we threw to Decker.
Yeah.
Decker in the end zone, just like a normal route. Like he was playing tight end.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It wasn't even that big of a lead yet, but like I mean I was down with it, because cowgirls, But embarrass them.
The Thursday night game, the Niners looked great.
For real. I mean, it was.
I
Honestly,
thought it was going to be a little closer.
I was gonna say closer than I wish. They were within like a score or two at one point. That's
But
not
it
acceptable.
felt like garbage. Once Gino threw that pick at the end of the game, it was in the end of the third, I think, or whatever. Wraps.
Yeah.
I'm gonna complain just purely fantasy football wise. Kenneth Walker averaging 2.8 yards a carry. How does he have 20 fantasy points?
Touchdowns and catching.
He
That's all you need.
he just caught 8 checkdowns in the final play, like the final drive.
Abolish
It's insane.
PPR. Abolish PPR scoring.
No,
kidding.
I hate
I'm
that.
kidding.
So
Half,
dumb.
half.
Receivers get the ball so much less than running backs rush.
Yeah, I agree. Anyone who says get rid of PPR
I've played in
is
non-PPR
bad.
leagues,
you know
and
what?
it's just
It
the
makes-
running backs win your week.
It makes so much more sense to have PPR, but I hate it because it hurt me.
Facts. But also, I like higher numbers. So just looking at bigger numbers just makes it better.
I'm having a half PPR, and the numbers are just tiny, and I'm like, make them go upwards.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Bigger number, better person. Like
That's
we
a-
like to say.
I've always said this.
Just multiply everything by 10.
That's what I'm saying.
Play in the
bro.
millions.
I want
I need one of them leagues where like QB tackles are worth like 50 points.
What?
So they throw a pick.
Have you seen those where it's like
No.
if they QB throws a pick and he gets a tackle, 50 points.
Oh, like would how many points would Patrick Mahomes get for that one? tackle?
for Rishi Rice. He didn't even tackle the guy.
that's a negative 50 right
What's
there.
What's a QB injuring his own receiver? How many
It's like a
points is
tackle
that?
though. Like
Yeah.
I mean, did he get the guy out of bounds?
No, he didn't.
He
No,
didn't
Rishi-
even do
Rishi
that.
Rice tackled
Oh my
him, yeah.
God. Oh, he got them a fumble, huh?
Yeah, but she got the fumble and then he got
Rasheed
rocked.
Stripped him.
Yeah, then he got rocked.
He got robbed by Mahomes.
Here comes
Yeah, I hate you, Mahomes.
Here comes
Yeah, that pissed me off when that happened
Wait,
Yeah.
why did that piss you off?
because he's on
Rasheed
my
Rice
fantasy
manager?
football team.
Oh, I know.
Who's in first place, by the way? You're just mad because you have 3 wins.
I do. You're right. It's unfortunate.
Stay mad.
You're right. I am actually salty that I drafted Michael Pittman.
Yep.
Nico Collins, Rashi Rice don't mean anything. I still win.
There was a lot of big news in the NFL this week. We want to move on to that?
Yeah.
Jets getting Devontae.
Mid.
Oh,
Mid.
I like it. I mean,
Why mid?
Oh, I
That guy's really good
I
at
mean,
football.
you might as well double down on old people at that point.
I could go on a rant about Rodgers, bro. Rodgers is terrible.
Rodgers looks good. Did you see that one pass?
Their O-line's
That
horrible.
one pass, the O line's mid, the defense is good. It's just they've scored the same amount of points as the Jets did last year with Zach Wilson. They just
It's
haven't
so
gotten
much
any better.
prettier with Aaron Rodgers. Like the amount of turnovers that Zach Wilson had, like compared to Aaron Rodgers.
They've won less games.
That's true. That is true.
Like he's just not helping the team. Adding another receiver, they're still not a great team. They're just not a good team.
This week they looked one of the best they had,
And
and they
they-
just got rid of pieces, and then they added more. I
They
think
they
just
lost
turned
Robert.
around.
They lost Robert Saleh, who was like
But
responsible
then they
for a
put
good
Hackett
defense.
down, like lower in the
Oh, yeah,
product, and then they played.
Hackett is
Their
terrible.
offense looked a lot better this week. They looked good.
Hackett needed to go.
Hackett. It should have been Hackett gets fired, but Rodgers won't let his homie leave when
I
like
don't. I don't.
He
I
got
just don't
downgraded.
think. I just
Yeah.
don't
He got
think
demoted.
Rodgers-
It's the same thing.
I don't think Rodgers likes Salah.
yeah, but like he just doesn't.
It's an easy scapegoat.
Yeah, it is. That's
It
all
is,
it was.
yeah.
And I don't know. I think Devontae's good, but he's also aging, and I think adding, just adding another good receiver isn't gonna fix your O line issue.
Mhm. And
Isn't
that's
get-
like the bigger. I think like
Yeah,
like
and also
the
they
better
just
trade was definitely the Browns, or for the Bills was I think getting Amari Cooper. Was
Dude, I
good.
did not see that one coming.
I didn't see it coming, but I
Yeah.
think it makes a lot of sense.
I mean, because I think
That was the biggest weakness.
The Jets were also looking to trade for Amari Cooper too, or maybe it was the Patriots. A bunch of teams were
Dude, what
looking
do the
to trade
Browns
for
have
Amari
left,
Cooper.
bro? They already have the worst offense in the league, and they just traded their like best offensive player for a third and a seventh.
Time
They have
to
Jerry
get
Jeudy.
DTR out of there. Get DTR out of there.
No, wait.
DTR is so good.
It's Winston time.
No, let me tell you. There's one reason why Winston's not playing yet. It's because Deshaun Watson, like, they want the first overall pick. Like,
Let Winston play receiver at this point.
Do they have a first round pick?
I don't know if they have a first.
It can't really tank.
Wait,
bro.
but it might
Chance.
have been because it was he lost last year was a full season, so
I don't think they had a first round pick last year.
No, they might still be they might owe this first round pick still.
Crazy.
I would love to search this.
You can. We'll go to the next thing. Though, how do we think the Bills' offense is going to look with Amari Cooper?
I mean, it probably won't change that much for a little bit, but like I think Amari Cooper's. I mean, he's still a great player. I mean, he just gets so much separation. And I mean, they've really lacked like the Bills have really lacked like a good, consistent outside receiver, and I feel like that'll help him out so
Allen
much.
a lot.
Because Allen, because they lost both Diggs and Gabe Davis, but Allen doesn't really need a receiver. I mean, he'll throw to anyone.
So yeah, they have the Browns still have their first through 4 rounds picks, and then the 6th, and then they have a 3rd pick from the Amari Cooper trade.
Okay, so yeah, they are trying to get the first round.
Yeah, so they're gonna get
might
the
be the
first
worst team in the
overall.
league. I mean,
Jaguars.
the Titans.
Jaguars look better a little bit though.
The Titans are right there, and the Titans have a hard road for the next like 3 games, and in 3 weeks we're gonna be
Will
talking about how
Levis
they're
is an
horrible.
idiot. Will Levis experiment needs to end. It needs to
Put
end.
Mason Rudolph in. He's like that.
No. They should trade for DTR.
Everyone should trade.
Everyone
for
should
DTR.
trade. DTR deserves to be on the
looked
field.
good in the 2 games he got in. before he got
DTR
hurt.
deserves to be on the field.
Yeah.
Mason Rudolph looked really good last year, like undeniably good.
He still has a dent in his head.
Yeah,
From
he's
2018.
he's still terrible.
He's
I know, all
mid,
because he
2019.
said a racial slur, which is just not acceptable. I mean,
Yeah,
Didn't.
honestly.
They never proved
You know, if you think about Myles Garrett was a real upstander that day.
yeah, getting rid.
Not a single person with any of the mic'd up caught that at any point. Myles Garrett just realized he was facing, like, badness was coming his way. He was about to be in trouble. And was like,
You mean future Lion Myles Garrett?
What?
can I
That's
just
the
start
word
calling
on the
people
street.
future Steeler legends?
That's the word
Is
on
that
the
one of the
street.
things I can do?
That's the word on the street. Myles Garrett to the Lions.
Is Mahomes a future Steeler legend?
No.
Yeah.
Speaking of Steelers quarterbacks, Ben, I would love if you pulled up the graphic now. What do we think of them benching Fields?
Oh.
So this is Fields' passing chart on the entire season.
Is
The
what's
blue are touchdowns, red's interceptions, green's completions, and whites are incompletions. There's not a whole lot upfield.
Nope, not at all.
There's a lot of
upfield.
checkdowns.
I mean, so
Great commentary there, Zach.
I got you, bro. That's
yeah.
what you come
So
for me for,
I'm
bro.
just I just don't like.
I think Fields was good, and I liked what he did, but I believe Russ can do what I'm looking at right here.
I think any quarterback can do what you're looking at. I mean, most quarterbacks.
You do gotta factor in he did have like
He does
a
rush
decent amount of
lot.
rushing yards and
Yeah.
I think 4 or 5 rushing touchdowns that this doesn't show. To be fair,
But I mean, you're looking at like the like bread and butter of a good passing attack is intermediate passing. He is 0, like actually none, nothing between almost 15 to 30 yards. Pretty much
The
nothing.
thing about the Steelers though is like you don't like expect them to have the best offense. You just need someone not to hurt them. And I feel like that's what Fields did.
Yeah,
Fields gave their like defense a chance to win the game, which is like what they've been
the
doing.
Steelers' offense, all they need
But
is
that's
the
if-
run attack to work.
if you strive for mediocrity, then you will allow not the offense to not lose games. The Steelers want to be a good team, and you cannot be a good team by not moving the ball. I mean,
The offense
like,
has,
they
like,
can't.
Not
they
that
don't.
many weapons.
They don't. They have. I mean, Freiermuth is a good tight end. They have a solid offensive line. They have a good run. 2 good running backs.
My point is they're far
I'm
from
so glad that
elite.
you
They're
said
far
he's a good
from
running
elite.
back.
They're far from elite
No,
offensively,
both Warren and Najee
and they
are
have an
good running
elite
backs. Najee
defense.
had so
So
much
why
hate.
not lean on the elite defense that you already have?
They have.
I know that's
They
what I'm saying.
have.
That's what Field has done.
But you're not gonna win enough games. They're not gonna beat a good AFC team. I mean, they will because they're the Steelers. They'll find a way. But like, they're not gonna consistently be like a consistent.
Personally,
like,
if
team.
my team is playing the Steelers in the playoffs, I'm scared.
I'm not at all.
I'm scared. I don't know. I feel like the defense is very good.
TJ Watt forced 2 fumbles by himself, had a sack and TFL.
But like
He's so like that.
you watch like the teams like the Niners playing the Steelers last year. We just killed them, and there's nothing they could do because they don't have an offensive attack.
Yes, I agree. You're a lot better team. But to be fair, we just came off a season where our entire back half we won because we rushed really well.
Yeah.
And we ran 4 times in that game. It was wraps before we started.
Yeah.
What? Matt Canada? Terrorist. Threat to the country.
I don't know if you can say that.
Threat to the country. Get him out of there.
Yeah.
Just like hack it.
I don't know. I just think you cannot always like their defense is great and they'll win games because of their defense, but they also will lose game. I mean, I can't talk because the Niners have lost
Worst
bad,
record?
worst
Worst record check?
bad games. But like you're gonna lose to the
Are the
Colts.
Lions and the Steelers both better than the Niners?
If you
No.
just look at the number, if you look at
Look at the
record,
numbers.
if
Numbers
you
don't
look at the
lie.
record,
Everyone knows this.
Record doesn't lie. I mean,
We play the Lions.
we
They're
should
gonna
stop the
find
season
out.
today. You know.
The
When
Lions. The
Penny
Lions
catches
are
2 touchdowns on you and goes for 150 yards.
The Lions are gonna find out Monday.
Penny
that
still has
Monday
more
night.
fantasy points than Brendan Ayuk this year. I don't want to hear you crying.
You're crying. You have Ayuk.
And I'm still in first.
Let's talk
Still
about
in
maybe the
first.
most interesting game of the week. That Commanders Ravens game. That was a fun watch.
I was in fact not awake to watch the game.
I watched some of it because Zay Flowers, and I think it was a good game. I don't know. I think Derrick Henry looks really good, and the passing offense looked pretty good for the Ravens.
I mean, Daniels has been playing good, but this was his first like real defense that he played against.
He
like,
played good.
top tier guy, and he stood in there. He stayed
Yeah.
in there the whole game. It was close.
Yeah.
Are the Ravens a top tier
Yes,
defense?
yes.
Because I mean,
they
they
ain't the
were,
Lions. I'll
They
tell
were
you
they
that.
were mid. They were mid against the Chiefs. They were really bad against the
They didn't touch
Raiders,
the
who do
seat
not
cover.
have a receiving core.
They held him to 16 points.
What?
They held the Raiders to 16.
No, the Raiders.
Or
I could hold the Raiders.
it
to
was like
16.
16-17 or something.
No, it was
was
like
really
it was like
close
it was like
game.
26.
Was it actually?
It was in the 20s, and you can't. I mean, the Raiders do not have offensive threats. The run game headed by Zamir White, Amir Abdullah, and Alexander Madison.
Oh no! Now they're gonna throw a pass to Trey Tucker.
Yeah, exactly. They
He's
have
on my
Trey
Who's
Tucker,
throwing that pass?
Jacoby Myers,
Aiden
and someone
McConnell.
else.
I'm so scared.
And Aiden O'Connell
Oh,
with,
Aiden
no, with no O line either. All they have is Brock Bowers. You know, probably the second best tight end in the league, just because he's on my fantasy team.
No, Brock Bowers has been very good.
Yeah, but no one else in that team is good. And how are you allowing them to score on you like that?
Even good off.
The
Even
Ravens
good
are
defenses
the Ravens
have bad
are
weeks.
looking
Yeah,
like maybe
I mean,
the
the
best
Niners
team
have
right
bad
now.
weeks.
So it's hard to
Yeah.
say that their
Your
defense isn't
defense
good.
is bad, but
Yeah, but I mean, they also have. I feel like right now, like last year, their defense was really good, but I feel like this year it's like their offense is like clicking with Henry and with
Henry was built to play in that
their young
offense.
receivers growing up.
it's insane.
and Lamar's faster.
I just see Henry just fall over, like just fall, and he gets 5 yards. He just
He's
lays
like 5
down.
yards tall. He just
I know, it's insane.
He was built to play on the Ravens. That
Yeah.
entire system and everything it works.
It's working.
It was built to have Derrick Henry run the football.
It's
there.
working very well.
That's also how I
And
felt about the Niners. when you got
Bateman's been
McCaffrey.
very good
Yeah.
too. Bateman's been very good too.
They've been sleeping on Bateman for years.
It's because
He's
he's been
been hurt.
good, and Mahomes or in
he was
Lamar
hurt last
Jackson
year
was
most of the
good.
year.
Bateman's great. Well, not like great, but he's a really solid player.
He's a tier 4 out of 6.
He's like a.
Well, okay,
decent
what
wide receiver
Pickens?
too,
What
you know?
tier is Pickens? I'm just curious.
He's
First.
playing in the 4 tier, but I believe he's in the 2 tier.
Okay, I would not put Pickens in the 2. Okay, wait. Let's
I-
actually go through receiver tiers. Let's see.
Ooh.
Let's see like what we think is the tiers.
Top tier's gotta be like CD, Justin Jefferson,
Yeah.
Lamar. Or,
Jam-
sorry,
Jamar. Yeah.
Jamar,
Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra. I think Amon-Ra's
It
that.
depends where we cut it off. Like, are we,
I would.
I
Okay.
think it's easier to just rank. We should just rank wide receiver ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna name any 2s.
I mean,
I know.
I
Grant
might
wants to
throw
throw
Okay,
it.
the only
Tebow
thing
and-
against
Tebow
Amon-Ra
and-
is Amon-Ra's slot. You know.
yeah. But yeah, that's my issue though. Is it's hard to compare Amon-Ra and
Yeah.
like Cup because they're slot receivers and they're just value.
We'll
the
say
va-
we'll
the
say
value-
1A is the 3 guys.
I
and we
think
got
he's the- I
Cooper
think
No,
Kupp,
I mean,
Amon-Ra's
I
better.
think,
Cooper
I
Kupp
think,
and-
despite his production this year, you gotta put Tyreek Hill in tier 1.
Yeah, I mean, talent wise for sure. Yeah.
I just
And when he's
kinda-
not getting arrested, he's pretty good.
I've kind of just given
He was
Tyreek.
best after he got arrested. He dropped 120.
That was
and
his
then
best
Tua
game.
got hurt, and now he won't do anything.
I've kind of given Tyreek the pass of like, this isn't your year and it's not your fault, and I just kind of ignore that he's there. Whatever stats he puts up, it doesn't matter. He's
Yeah.
still Tyreek Hill, and we don't really care what happens.
Fastest 60,
Yeah.
Like he can.
40.
He can do nothing the rest of the season. It doesn't matter.
Catches 27 yards.
Yeah, I think one of the most overrated wide receivers in the league is Garrett Wilson. I mean, how are we ranking him as like a top 5-8 receiver when he's just not? Like I would take.
I think we should wait though, cause like you look at all the top like wide receivers. I mean, they usually have like a decent wide receiver too. Like Jamar has T, and then Vikings have what's his name, the other two. Like he's been decent, and then I mean it's just like opens up so much of the passing game when they can't just double team you with their two best guys.
Yeah, but I mean, you see what Alan Lazard was doing. I mean, he might be more productive.
Alan Lazard had a farmer regarding him. Like
he might be more productive. I'm totally lying, but
I mean, there's a such thing as connections.
Yeah.
I mean, Rodgers knows how to throw a ball to Lazard, and he's still figuring out how to get it to Garrett Wilson the way he wants to.
He force feeds that guy, and he looked good last game. He caught a lot of passes. I think Garrett Wilson looked pretty good.
yeah,
I heard a quote from Pickens. It's like, yes, people get open, but a lot of the times the QB needs to throw them open than like the play truly get them open. Like if there's a guy near him, a good ball makes it so a catch is possible.
yeah.
Versus just like him having to be super open for the ball to come to him.
Was that a quote from Pickens? Oh, that's definitely throwing shots at his team, bro.
No, it was an interview, and every question was them
Justin
trying to get
Fields.
shots thrown, and he was very respectful all the way through.
Yeah.
Justin Fields.
It was like 30 questions in a row where they're like, so why do you hate your players? And he was like, I don't. And they're like, are you sure?
So why do you act like it?
He's
then,
like, why
buddy?
are you a selfish asshole? And then he's like, I'm not. The media. They're trying to
Media
hurt my
trained.
fans. I love Pickens.
What other games?
I love Najee Harris. I'm so glad he played good. God, that was so. I've been defending
Played
him, and
well.
I haven't had anything to defend with, and he played great.
It's gonna be a long time before you have something to defend with again.
Why can't he do it again next week?
No, I mean
The reason he was hitting the holes is because he was running a lot harder and playing better.
I think Najee Harris is a
Why
good
not run
back. I mean,
hard the
he's
whole time?
the thing is there's
I
there's a lot of good backs. He's a good back. So is
He
he's
had
not
over
he's
100
not
yards
great.
On like 14
No.
both
Najee
carries
and Jalen Warren are both good backs. Are they better? Yes. Do you want them on your team? Yes. Is he better than Jordan Mason or Isaiah Garendo? No.
Okay, you need to leave.
The guy that like begged for his Madden speed not to get cut down. He's
Yes.
slow.
No, he slid.
That guy did not slide,
Bro, did you not see the way he fell, bro? He
No, he
He fell
actually.
in a baseball slide. What are you talking
I-
about? How do you not fall in a baseball? He
I
literally
understand.
baseball
but the guy
slid into the
still
end
got
zone.
hit.
He didn't, bro.
Yeah, he
Witherspoon
did.
missed.
The guy hit him in the legs.
He did a baseball slide. You can't just baseball slide because you got tackled.
That's why
You
he's
fall
the third
forward.
string. What can I say? He's the third string for a reason.
Yeah,
He is
he's
the third string.
Oh wait. I've got a genuine question
Maybe
though.
fourth.
Some people
Juice.
would like to say the Lions have the best running back room in the league. I think Jordan Mason and McCaffrey is a better running back room. What do you think, Zach?
I disagree. You know why? You know why I disagree? Because let's see when CMC comes back. We'll see how much they can work together.
That is true.
I believed it was the Lions before the season, but I did not realize that Jordan Mason was that guy.
Jordan Mason has slowed down.
But
Jordan
he's
Mason
still
got hurt in
averaging
the
a
game
lot of
last
yards
week.
Did you
per
see
carry.
or David Montgomery? Did you see the way he runs?
Jordan Mason's second at yards, and
David Montgomery has the most consecutive games with touchdowns ever as a Lion. Actually, as a Lion. Ever
McCaffrey
as a
literally
Lion.
broke the record last year.
Yeah.
But
Tied the record.
okay, the fact that you can run David Montgomery, who like was insane. Like, did you see that one touchdown run? And like the week before, where he caught that dump off pass and just chucked that guy.
Yeah.
And then you got Jahmyr Gibbs, who's like literally like, he just like tweaks. He just
Okay, well,
goes.
But my thing is though is
Witchy.
in terms of like McCaffrey has Jahmyr Gibbs' skill set, but is just all around better in
He's
every
not
aspect.
as fast as Jahmyr Gibbs.
He's definitely a little bit slower, but,
But he
it's
has-
not just pure speed that gets
Yeah.
you like past guys.
McCaffrey's quickness and he's stronger, more physical.
I mean, when McCaffrey's
And
healthy,
he
he's the
jukes
undoubtable
people.
receiver or running back one.
Yeah, and
No, he is.
yeah, and I
But
think
I don't. I think David Montgomery is better than Jordan Mason.
yeah, of course, I actually agree too. But I think that the way McCaffrey's skill set align. I mean, actually, I think Jahmyr Gibbs and Dave Montgomery are perfect in that regard too. Jahmyr Gibbs is like smaller, faster, more
complement each
They,
other.
explosive.
they definitely come.
But I think Jordan Mason and
Yeah.
McCaffrey do too. In terms of like Jordan Mason is thick, he runs downhill. He's fast too, and McCaffrey can do that. But you don't want all of this wear and tear, especially on an injury-prone guy going down the middle, and so I think that giving Jordan Mason like 10 more, or giving Jordan Mason like 10 touches that would be like damaging to McCaffrey, I think they'll work well together too.
I agree.
We'll see. But there is a well-proven great quarterback or great running back duo in Detroit already.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think it's outrageous to say that they're better.
I think, but either way,
as a
it's
Niners
just
fan, I'm gonna
those two
think
are
they're
way
better.
than the rest of the league. I
Okay,
don't
so
think
you've
it's
been
close.
talking to me all week, Grant, about Bo Nix. Do you like to say your opinions on him?
The GOAT,
Okay.
best quarterback in the draft.
Bo throws picks.
I think he's a really solid player. I mean, he's not great now, but he has the potential to be really good. I mean, he extends so many plays. He makes good throws. He's thrown some bad passes, but like he has the running game is terrible. The play calling is terrible. The receivers are terrible. They're not. Sean Payton, once again, play calling terrible. The dude is not good.
No.
Carried by Drew Brees in the defense. Like, genuinely, he's not a good coach.
Drew Brees was like that.
Yeah, Drew Brees was like that. And so Sean Payton has just zero offensive ability, and he's not no one's helping out Bo Nix. So of course you're gonna see that stat like, oh, he threw for negative yards in the first half of a game, right? But like that's not his fault. It's the offense's fault, and he does a lot with what he's given, and he's the QB 13 on the year, pretty good pickup on fantasy, if I do say so myself.
12 better.
12 better.
Hey, but
Daniel Jones probably better.
no.
He might be.
Fantasy wise. I'm just saying he might be ahead of him fantasy.
He might be.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones has looked not bad.
Yeah.
The Giants
Actually, he
got
didn't look as good
outscored
last
by
time.
the Dodgers.
Huh?
The Giants scored 7 points, and on the same day the Dodgers had nine runs. They got outscored by a baseball team.
Go Mets.
That happens a lot.
No.
Well, like there's always like teams with bad that score like 3 points. Like,
Yeah. I mean, most teams score at least 10. Like,
Yeah, it's not that hard to do.
The Giants are horrible,
chemistry.
and the Bengals aren't much
They're
better.
not-
They just got to
no,
play
no,
the Giants.
What you guys don't understand,
Bengals
I
are
saw
not bad.
the Giants are like 3 plays away from being genuinely like 5 and
Just because their
5 and
record is
1,
better
bro.
doesn't mean they're not horrible.
No,
at football.
they were like 3 plays away from being 5 and 1. They lost like 3 games due to drop passes late in the game. Like that
yeah, because their players are bad.
But like Malik Neighbors is good, and he dropped a late game pass. I mean, like genuinely,
Not
the
that good.
Giants aren't that bad of a team, but
They look horrible.
They don't look
Gracie's
that bad.
a
I
shining
disagree. I think
star.
when I watch the Giants, I think they play a lot better than I think they are going to play.
Their
They-
linemen aren't great.
they
Their
play, like-
defense really doesn't do
Their
a whole
their
lot.
line's not
Daniel
as bad
Jones
this
is
year.
not the guy. There's just not anything there for them to be even mediocre.
I would say they play a lot of like ugly close games, which is like they're like the Steelers, but end
Yeah,
up
the
on the
Steelers.
wrong side of games. Whereas the Steelers end up on the right side of games a lot of times. They look like the Steelers, but in the other way.
But now they got Tyron Tracy.
He is balling.
Kid is good.
2.94 yards per carry last game.
Do you know
He's
what's
played
crazy
2
though?
games and he has, like,
nine
over
yards a
200
carry the
yards
game
now?
before, and also caught
7.
6 passes for 60 yards.
He did catch 6 passes.
And
for,
some
like,
of those
60
were
yards.
some hard catches.
Did not see the catches.
He was an old receiver. The announcer just said this, like he was like a old receiver converted to a running back his senior year of college, where he led like the whatever league he was,
Probably
whatever
like the
conference he
MAC.
was in the yards, and he can catch passes. He's legit.
You know, a team I really like is the Packers.
Oh, I love I just love Love.
I do really like Jordan Love.
I don't know. They're alright.
No, Love is so
They're kind of our
smooth.
rivals, though. You know.
I really like Jordan Reed.
Okay.
That was my best pick in the draft.
I want Zane, since you have no bias in this, or Zach, you can end. Who do we think rank the NFC North? They're all over 5. They all have at least 4 wins out of 6 games. They're all over 500.
Is it insane to say Vikings won?
No, they're the best. I mean,
Yeah.
they're undefeated.
I think it's Vikings.
Is it insane for me to say Vikings 4?
I would go. I would.
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
they're
dude,
definitely better than the Bears.
The thing about this ranking is like legitimately, I could see
The Bears haven't beat
Yeah.
a team who has
I
more
could
than
see
2
any
wins.
order.
I think. I mean,
The Bears are
America's
4.
you.
The Bears are 4.
The Bears are.
They've only beat horrible teams.
They have, but they
And
have
they finally
potential.
opening
Well.
up the pass game.
But
They're
they-
finally opening up the pass game.
But they're opening up the passing game. They're finally developing. Like
Swift
I think
is finally
I think
playing
rest
They're
of
getting better, but that doesn't mean the other teams aren't winning.
no,
handily
yeah, but I
also.
think rest of the
You
season.
can't say they're better than
yeah.
the Lions or the Packers.
No, I don't. But I think rest
No,
of the
I agree
season,
with
you could say that the Bears might
I think Bears
be-
might be better.
Bears
than
might
They might have
continue to
potential to
improve
be,
while
but
the
they
Vikings are
Sam
playing
Darnold
above
regression
their
to
pay
the
grade.
mean. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would go.
I trust in them. I said
Jeremy
they were
Lin
gonna fall
run.
off, but
So
it's
Zane,
Jeremy
Jeremy
Lin
what's
run
your
is coming
what's your
to an end.
list?
The Jeremy Lin run is coming.
I
to
like.
an end.
I want Vikings 1. I think Lions, Packers, Bears.
I would say Lions because I'm biased, and then I'd say Lions, Packers, Bears.
But they're all
no. I'd say
close.
Lions, Packers.
It's the hardest division of
Bears,
football this
Vikings.
year, and they're all close.
I would go. I think this is probably like a pretty hated opinion, but I go Packers, Lions, Bears, Vikings.
I just
The Vikings are just better. than
Okay,
the
I will
Bears.
say
just
without
don't
Aiden
believe it's
Hutchinson,
debatable.
the Lions' season does get a lot harder to win.
Yeah, especially with Hutch out. But
They'll
I
all
mean,
start playing each other more, and this
I think
decision will
the-
be easier
the-
to make.
it was the Vikings that already beat the Packers. That's what it was. But I don't know.
That was
I think
a really close game.
But I think and I think Love just like he was rushed back from an injury.
Yeah,
He was like throwing the Brett Favre game was like
Regret-
4
I
picks,
just,
bro.
I just do not see a world where Sam Darnold plays like this for the rest of the year.
I
he
completely
has
agree.
before in his career.
When in college?
He went to an NFC Championship, didn't he?
No,
Oh, I'm thinking of the other Vikings guy. Never mind.
are we thinking of
I'm wrong.
Case Keenum?
I am thinking of Case Keenum.
No, don't talk
I'm thinking of
about
that
my goat Case Keenum.
stupid graphic with the 4 quarterbacks in the
Yeah,
championship weekend, and they're all bums.
Keenum, Foles, Bortles, and Tom Brady.
Bortles, bro. Don't disrespect Bortles.
Hey,
Blake Bortles.
beat
I
the
keep
Bortles
seeing-
is on
I
the
keep
same
seeing
team
the
as
same
him,
edit of
Bortles
him, and it's
owns
tough
the
every time.
Steelers, or Blake owns the Steelers. Bortles.
Packer legend, Blake Bortles.
Was he on the Jags?
Yeah, but he was on the Packers one season, and I know that. No one else does.
Yeah.
Who else is there?
Who are the Niners playing next week?
Kansas City.
How do we feel about that game?
I think we can win it. I mean, I think we could very easily lose
I definitely
it.
think you can, but
I mean,
what's
it's,
your record against them lately?
oh my god, it's terrible.
It's bad.
Because we lost last year, I think in the regular season and in the postseason. 2 or 3 years ago, I went to a game where we lost
Very
in the regular
McLeod
season.
had a touchdown.
He did have a touchdown.
It's an insane thing to remember.
Of course you would remember the Ray
Fritzy
touchdown,
sent me a
bro.
video of Raymond McLeod catching a touchdown like sideline.
Yeah,
And he
'cause
was
we were
like,
there.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah. And
He
then
lost in the Super Bowl, obviously.
and then we lost in the other Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
twice. It's terrible, but I mean, the Chiefs have looked okay for being 5-0. They've looked very beatable.
Very beatable. I
And-
fully agree.
and
They
refs.
they really should have lost to the they should have lost.
That PI
Honestly,
was
they
not
should have
PI.
lost.
I will die on that
Here's
hill.
the
They
thing to
should have
say,
lost.
though,
They
will
should have lost
die
the
on that hill.
Ravens,
That
not
was
because the
not
refs,
PI.
but because of one of those two. That final drive should have worked out. They should have lost to the
Bengals.
That ref one was debatable. Same with the Falcons and Chiefs. That ref one was very debatable
That
too.
one was
So I think they should have picked up at least 1 to 2 losses that they haven't.
I fully agree. I think to beat the Chiefs, you have to leave it in not a refable situation near the end of the game.
Yeah, and also
If it's
like,
close enough that a ref can change the game, you're not going to win.
teams with good records often have good luck, but
Yeah.
the Chiefs just have had legitimately everything go their way.
And
It's not just like the best teams with the best records have been lucky, but they also have some stuff that goes wrong. The Chiefs have been insanely lucky.
I mean, you can't say that they haven't. I mean, they have
they've
lost
played
their
good.
2 best
They've played
offensive
good.
weapons.
But at the end of the day, regression to the mean, just like Sam Darnold.
Yep.
There's just no way they keep it up.
yeah, I'll
Who do the
go.
Lions play next week?
We play the Vikings, where we.
Do you
Well,
think you're going to
I think the
do a
Lions
Shannon
will
Sharp live on them?
win. Oh, I think he's. Yeah.
I the thing that scares me is having no Aiden
Who's
Hutchinson.
making lion noises?
But I feel like the Lions are the type of team. Lions are the type of team where like if one of their guys gets hurt, they win that game for that guy, you know. And I
Yeah.
feel like they have extra motivation, especially against the undefeated Vikings, where, I think we might trade for someone like Hassan Reddick. That's what I've heard. That's the rumors. But even if that doesn't happen, our
Hutch
offense
getting hurt
is
is big.
so
He
good.
was
Our
leading
offense is
defensive
so
player of
good.
the year
you know?
votes, I heard.
Fred Warner.
Yeah, Hutchinson's really good, though.
Yeah, no.
TJ Watt.
That's a weird way to say Ali McNeil. I mean, okay, but even without Aiden Hutchinson, we still have one of the best pass defenses in the league.
Yeah.
Or run defense.
Yeah, pass defense. I
Yeah,
was about to
pass
say
defense,
those corners are suspect. And this
They're
is
not
Rudy
as bad though.
Jones,
Carlton
Joseph.
Davis is solid. What's his name is solid. The guy that got the pick last week. I forget his name. The draft 2 years ago.
Brian Branch.
Brian Branch.
Mm.
Yeah,
He's good. He gets man card.
he's solid. I mean, he's a slot corner though. Like, but,
I
they're
remember
all
what
solid.
the Niners did to that pass defense. Those corners, pretty bad.
That was a couple years ago.
It was last year.
Last year.
We have improved a lot. That was what's his name was hurt already.
Cam
Branch was hurt
Sutton.
already.
Steeler
Cam
legend.
Sutton's gone.
He's
I
on the
know.
Steelers right now.
Thank God he's gone.
He's suspended the first 9 weeks because he threw his wife out a 3rd-story building.
No. That
That's
was a
the-
rumor.
that's
Window.
such a
That was
It
a-
wasn't.
It was
I
a
looked at-
rumor.
I looked at the-
I looked at the chart. She strangled her.
I think also pushed her and it
Oh,
happened
maybe
on a
both.
I
balcony.
think they're both bad. You know.
both bad. And I think that's we're going to bring the end of this week.
We do not condone
had a good
domestic
time.
violence on this
We do
podcast.
not support Cam Sutton, but we will need him back half of the season. I had a great time, boys. Thanks for watching, and come watch us next week. See ya.
God.